So, you want to maybe get an astrology reading, is that correct? So, in this little video, I'll speak about two of our cheaper offerings because we have a lot of committed students who really realize it's time for the big reading, the one where, wow, they're really going to understand their karma, their dharma, how that all interacts, how to overcome some of those patterns. But when you're coming in the door, you'd often want to try things out. And a lot of people in these times don't have lots of money to just throw around. So it's also good for us all to get to know each other a little bit better. And myself and Madalena, who she's also a co-founder of Dharma STARS, we have a few offerings that are way cheaper and really easy to get you on your path and still have a lot of value. So I'm going to talk quickly about what Madalena has got on offer at the moment. And one thing I also want to say is if you join our mailing list, you'll also see that every month we've got something reduced, but it doesn't always get into the mainstream because of algorithms and things like that. So Madalena has chakra readings where she can look at your birth chart and be able to tell you where you may have karmic and energetic blocks. And it's interesting, I'm clearing as I say this. So isn't that interesting? So she also, Madeline is also able to help you do some clearing around those areas and also to do Seikhem energy work with you. So we have tiers of if you just want to get the reading or if you want to come back for more or you want a package. Okay. So these readings at this present moment are really affordable because Madeline has only been doing these for a few months. She's done many already. So it's a really, really good way to find out where you need to do big work in this life because we all have deficits. We all have a certain chakra which needs more attention, which has come in maybe with more of the heavy material, more of the stuff we've got to move through. And everybody who's had readings so far, it's really verified for them something they thought anyway. So it helps them to know where to focus their work at this time. And of course, once we overcome those blockages, we're really going to get more on our way in our higher path. Okay, so that's one thing. So that's Madalena's offerings. And I have many, many offerings. We both have many offerings. But one thing that is quite simple for me. It still takes calculation time, but it's a lot quicker than some of the other readings, which means we can charge less money for them. Is that I can do a holistic liberatory astrology fusion reading across three systems: Vedic astrology, which is really deep soul information, Mayan astrology, and dream spell, galactic Mayan calendar astrology. So when we work with the three systems together, we find things that we wouldn't have seen otherwise. And even the part of Vedic astrology that I work with in these readings is lesser known. Actually, my astrology mentor just brought this through. She transposed this out of Hellenistic astrology and has found it's really, really accurate. And I've been working with some of those systems since 2008. And this application to the Vedic astrology I am finding now, even beyond what I was trained in, these intricacies that really help us to help a person just understand what some of the more prevalent themes are going to be for them this year from their birthday, next year from their birthday, the year after, and so forth. And so we can do a very baby reading for people, but what we're usually doing is scaling you about 3 years. So usually including if you're kind of halfway through your birthday, we'll probably start on your last birthday, or if you're coming up to birthday, we'll do the next three. Okay. And it's amazing. It's like, it's this concept of triangulation. So when you look at things together, suddenly you see something. And I felt to make this video today because I even just went through something myself with this. And the way it was all timed, I'm here in India at the moment, and I changed from one thing to another, and it wouldn't be obvious even in the normal way of calculating these things. And I went into a kind of process where I couldn't move for some days. I had like extreme exhaustion, and I had two ways with my trip in India. One was very devotional and had a lot of ashrams and then the Ganga, and then the next bit is more stationary in the Himalayas. And so it's like two distinct chapters. And it was like I came up to the Himalayas and went through like a reboot. And I found that actually what had happened was I'd actually gone into this next influence exactly on those days. And this is where we decided, oh, we're going to do all these things with our YouTube. Everything just changed. And it's uncanny how aligned it was with those themes. And this is when we look at the more micro calculations at it. And I've just experienced it. So I'm blown away. And I've also been talking to some of our team members and doing it for them. And it's helping us to look at what themes we're going to work on in the next year. And I'd already been channeling to people, oh, I feel we have to move to this thing. And then I've looked at everybody's charts and it's like really good for us to do that. So this is where we can create a lot more flow in our lives if we know where our blockages are with our chakras, and then you go to Madalena for that. And when we know, okay, actually, last year you were really devoted to this year you need to get out there, or whatever it might be. And often you see we suffer, or we become very unbalanced, or feel that we're letting something down because we don't see what we're moving into. So when we have some forewarning of that, wow. And I have really, I have to say, I've had a few interesting experiences in the last few years. And again, they wouldn't have been seen even in my normal astrological charts. And had I not seen even the more basic yearly calculations of these, I think I would be I would have had a really big meltdown if I had a certain theme. But it helped me to understand how to approach something and to know where it was going to, and to be kinder to myself, and also to not create loads of negative karma by doing the wrong thing. And actually understanding, oh, it's not like we're ever going to know the full story, but getting more of an inkling. It creates a resourcefulness. It creates expansion in our lives. And we're all looking to have more time to create the communities we wish to be with those special people, to do the things we've always wanted to do, to serve in the way, serve the divine in the highest way. And this was why Vedic astrology was brought through, to help the yogis to kind of mitigate and see and remedy when difficult things or plot twists would occur. And it doesn't mean it's not going to occur, but it means you can cope with it better. Okay. So we really want to help you on your path. And if you're feeling like, I'd like to try something out, if you're watching this in 2026, right now we have some really good offers available. They're really like, we're very much undercharging. And then we're going to be putting the prices up to their more realistic rate, but we're still keeping these very, very small and compact for newcomers. Or you might have had a reading from us in the past and we didn't cover this because these are things we've been testing in the background. And we've got lots of other things we're testing in the background. So please do show up and request a reading because this will really help you. One of the things that I think that makes me, will I say, upset? I see a lot of people, and I have come from being one of those people who don't have time to do the stuff that really matters and are always chasing their tail and always say, I'm going to do yoga or meditation this morning. And then they, check their emails first and the day's gone in a puff of drama. Yeah. And when we learn to have more spaciousness and more time and to be aligned with time, we have so much more time to cultivate. And that really helps our well-being. It helps those around us. It helps us to stay true to our highest path. And of course, in terms of karma and dharma and making the most out of our life and helping all beings, this is the way forward. Okay. So do get in touch. We're here. We can line these up pretty easily. Okay. Over and out. And we hope to see you soon. Bye bye.